Hello and good evening. So this is the day two session where we'll be seeing of model building, and it is a revision for PPE2 as well. Uh, Let us start. I just know. Okay. Uh, yes, this session is being recorded. Hope my screen is visible to everyone. Can anyone confirm like it is visible and audible? Yes. Okay. Okay. So this is the YouTube channel. Uh, this is the video of the previous session. So, and we'll go through this, and this is the link for that YouTube channel. And today I'll just give the data set same as yesterday. So this is day two model building. So it's model building. Let's Let me give the data set that we'll be working on for today. So I'm just going over through the same collab only. So the collab link is this. The Neeraj Kumar has shared, and I have shared the Google Drive link. This is the dataset that we'll be working on today. So, yes, let us start the session. I'll open the same link. This is model building V1 dataset. Uh, so I'll anyway start from the beginning. Let me connect to this. Dataset has been downloaded. Same way, let me give a run on. So in the previous session, I have imported all the necessary libraries in a single cell, so that I need not every time give a run, import anything. I'm just giving a run on. Control F9 that runs the complete cells before. Some error. Okay, I haven't loaded the dataset. I'll just load all the dataset. Downloads. This was the one that we will be working on today. Pre-processing. Before that, I'll just share this collab. Not sure why one. I'm just loading one by one. So I'm just using the same data set, data variable, and I'm loading the data. I'm loading the file which is required for model building. So this is for pre-processing, and I'm copying for model building. Copy path, and I'm just pasting it over here. I've just pasted it. So I'll just give a control F. So the data has been loaded and it is stored in the data variable. I guess till here we have discussed for yesterday. Let's quickly go to the first question. Just take it. Yes, Neeraj Kumar, what is the question?
Sorry, it seems the link I shared is not working for some people. Could you reshare the link for collab?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
It has been updated. So we can check. So this, I'll just pin everything. So collab link, dataset link, and the YouTube recording link. Okay, let me start. Uh, take the first question. So yeah, and one important instruction is there will be set of instruction like this will be given just after you load the data set. So strictly follow whatever the instruction they have told, and don't add anything or ignore anything. Just have everything properly aligned. So the last column is the target column. So I'll just same way I'll just split all the. Let me see the data first. And also most of the times all the I guess it is not loaded. Is this the data set? Yes, fine. Okay. So most of the times the model building part data set will not contain any kind of categorical variable or anything. So this is just to check your model building understanding. So you need not to pre-process anything or do any kind of things. You just have a proper pre-processed data to work upon. So now we'll just split this into x and y. X is equal to same as last time. I'm just giving the ilog function to take all the rows and all the columns, but not the last column. So everything will be my feature vector. And now I want the target, which is y, and that is data dot ilog of all the rows. Yeah. And I don't want the last. I only want the last one. So x and y is being taken, and let me check the shape of the data set. So this is the shape. Uh, Conform. So it must be y data. So it was 17, and then it was changed to the features were 16 columns. Dot shape. And then when it was y dot shape, it was just 4,000 rows only. So this is what we want to predict. So the next step is last 30 rows of the data set continues through the test and the remaining test training set. So this is one important point. So it doesn't say anywhere that we need to use a train test split. It is just the last 30. We want to take the last 30% of the columns. So I'm just having one other variable. Uh, yeah, test size maybe. Test underscore size, which is equal to 30%. So I want the last 30% of the columns to be my test. So the test size should be. I want to extract last 30%. So what will be the 30% of the 4,000? 30% of 4,000. So test size is actually int of 30% and 30% star maybe data. Uh, should I do that before? No, I'll just do it here. 30% of x maybe data x dot shape shape of zeros because I want the rows only. So I'm just if I give zero, it will be rows, and I want the 30% of the rows. So let me see how the test size is. Test underscore size. So I want the last 1,200 rows of both x and y. Unable to join the last. Yeah, the link has been pinned. The it will be on the Nilgiri channel. You can check it out. So I want the last 1,200 columns. So how will I pick that last 200? So it will be x underscore train is equal to x train is equal to x. Can anybody help me how to extract just the last 1,200 columns? Not 1,200 rows. What function should I use? Anybody? First of all, am I audible? I guess I'm audible. Anybody would like to volunteer? How should I take this? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Is to minus 2, sir? Colon minus 2?
No, I want all the last 1,200 columns only. 1,200 rows actually. So how should I do that? So I want till 1,200 and all the columns. So will this be okay? So that ix underscore train looks like 1,000. No. So it just took the 1,200 rows. The first 1,200 was taken. So but we want the last 1,200. No. I guess it must be something else. Uh, so x train should be anything that is last. So it will be 4,000 minus 1,200. So you can manually give it also, but there is one other way where we can directly give the test size, and we want till the test size. Yeah, so almost 2,800 rows and 1,200 rows has been eliminated. The first 2,800 has been taken. So this is kind of a tricky, might be, but if you kind of understand, this would be easy for you. X train and x underscore test will be. Yeah. Any questions?
Sir, why are we not using train test split?
Uh, Yeah, so that's a good question. So, see, there is last 30% of the rows of the data set constitute test set, and remaining rows form the training set. So, which means there is no way mentioned that you need to use a training test split. And train test split actually, there might be a possibility of splitting the data set also. randomly picking data sets also. That is a way to control it, but it is good to follow the exact lines that they have used.
Yes, sir, but we
Do
can
not
use
shuffle
shuffle is equal to false
false.
by
Yes,
specifying false. So
yes,
still
yes.
the
Huh.
division of data would be same, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So,
It can be
but
done with both the ways.
possible, that is also possible. But this is to maybe like that is also a good way. But anyways, this is what it was specified in the question. So I'm just
Okay.
following this way. Anyways, this both give the same result only. No worries about it. So if I want a test, I want the test size. The first index should be test size, and I want till the last one, and I want again all the last columns also. So I guess this is also clear. Y underscore train same way. Y train. It's Y same thing, and Y underscore test is equal to same thing. On this, this should work. Too many indices. Is this? It is Y, and I want. Okay.
After comma, you forgot to put the colon, sir. I mean, in the fourth line, what it is telling.
That was.
After iloc is to uh, test underscore size, comma. After that one, you need to put a colon, sir. In colon.
Actually, it means too many indexes. Since it is a single column, maybe that might be an issue. This work, the lock works, which is same as the before one, but I since there were only one rows, you can see the y dot shape. It is 4,000 rows, but it's still a data frame. So if I give y and okay, there is some problem. Yeah, the y is proper. Y dot shape. It's 4,000, and I want y underscore train dot shape 0. What happened? Yeah, so it's test size -1, and similarly from test size to 0. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. So the train should have 2,800. So it is picking just the first 1,200. We have want to eliminate the last 2,000. So let me do the other thing. It must be the training series. we haven't defined that. Maybe I'll just for now I'm just doing it manually, but that is not a right thing. S size is right. X y dot shape of 0 minus 2800 and get minus 1, so that I could have the desired, the first 2800 has been taken, and then similarly y test is also taken. I want from the last 1200 was also taken. Maybe you can check whether it is right or wrong. So it is from 2799 to 1800, and I'll just check for the test data set is the index matching x underscore test 3900 starts from 1200. Even the x test have okay, then let me define both of it so that I don't want this kind of confusion. Train size 0.70%, and then the test size so that I'll be splitting properly. Train of data. Start. So I just defined both of it so that I don't want any kind of confusion. I want from 0 till I want the train size. So I want all the rows also, all the rows, and similarly I want this from train size. I want the can I do something? Yeah. So this data is what we want to split, and that is why we were getting error. So it is not the right way to work on the x and y splitting. I should have done that before. Uh, so that I'll not get any kind of confusion. I'll just comment all this. So now I have the proper working data set. Let me do all this. Sorry for the confusion. It is just work on the data that is being given and not the splitting of it, so that you'll get uh, the train test split is not correct way to do this because it was not mentioned in the question. Unless and otherwise it is mentioned in the question, so work on what is given. So first 200 has been taken, and then the test is also taken. Next test 2060. Yes. So I guess this is all about splitting, and then you must have. So there were many questions. Let's start with the model building now. Let's go to the first question. So the first question will usually be what kind of data set are you being using? So it is V1 or V2 or V3. And the next question is usually the perceptron. So I want to instantiate a perceptron and train for 5 iterations. So these are the parameters. Almost all the parameters will be given, so do not worry about it. You can just simply copy paste all the things and work on it. I'll just work on it. CLF is equal to perceptron. So it's actually the class I want to insert here, and then I'm just going with all the. So if I were to put a parameter called learning rate, so what is the learning rate parameter over? Actual parameter will actually show up here, which where what is the exact parameter name that I want to use. So it's learning underscore rate, I guess. Is it learning underscore rate? Can anybody say confirm what is it? Sorry? Yeah, your eta 0 is the learning parameter and it is 1. And then comes a random state also. I'll just define random state is equal to 1729. And then I want to train for appropriate number of iterations. Appropriate, so there is no thing on it. Let me keep that as default and then include the bias term. So I want the bias to be added, so I'm just giving the fit intercept. So the intercept is the bias. True, yes, it's true, so that I get the bias term also. And do not apply any regularization. So the penalty should be false. Is this false or none? Can anybody confirm it? This none. No parameter. And then warm start. So warm start, sometimes it will be given. Don't take the previous iterations value to take upon this. So I want to set that's true, so that the next iteration picks with the initialized the previously learned values. And then do not not shuffle. So it's shuffle is equal to false. So now I have the proper CLF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So use 10% of the data for validation fraction. So I want the validation fraction also to be defined. I guess validation fraction. So what was it? It is 10%. So it's 1. Yes, Gyan Prakash. Any questions? Yes, Gyan. Any doubt? So this is all the parameters that I want to define. Once I have done that, one iteration of trading indicates going over each sample exactly once. So which means I should have one epoch itself. So only then I go over every sample. So which means I have to add one other parameter called max underscore iter. So which is 1. so that every time at least one time I have seen the complete classifier. So I want to train the classifier on the test data. So CLF dot train, which fit. Yeah, I'll just go to the question. So this is the question. So I want to train the perceptron for 5 iteration, and what is the value of the bias? So that is the intercept after 5th iteration. So I'll just fit it once, and I'll show you how the uh, this looks like. X underscore train and Y underscore train. So I have fitted the dataset and I have learned the parameters now. Now I want the CLF dot what. So I want to know what is that. So it is intercept. Yes. So -4 is the intercept. So that is the while I was fitting. So this is the iteration that I got. I'm repeatedly getting some questions. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. No, no, no. You are not audible. Sorry.
May I audible now?
Yes. Yes.
Could you also put this condition? Well,
No, 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 no. You are not audible. You are not audible. I'm just coming to this question. Lakshya, love.
am I audible?
No, no. You are not audible.
Okay.
So, if I wish to do this for 5 iterations. So, if I give 5 iteration. Yeah. So this is the way that it is done, and sometimes you can do the other way. So this 5 iterations actually take upon. Uh, Actually, I was doing for this particular question. So here it is not mentioned anywhere. Train for appropriate number of iterations, and the hint was one iteration of training indicates going over each sample exactly once. So if I give -5, it actually trained the perceptron for 5 consecutive iterations, so that the question is being satisfied. So I was looking at this part and I was giving. So train the perceptron for 5 iterations, which is the 5th iteration. So we may not be knowing which is the 5th iteration. Sometimes, if it is 6, what would be the value? It is again -4. So what if it is 4? It is -4 again. Okay. So sometimes this ambiguity comes. So a better way of doing this, not a better way, but uh, another way of doing this is for I in range of 5, I'll just run a loop where I'll be doing this part. I'll be doing this. So this is a roundabout. Like, instead of doing it simply, I am just making this much more complicated. CLF dot uh, intercept. Intercept. I'll just print this. On just the first value, so it's just a simple. So it's -3, -3, -3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want the 5th iteration. So will it be 5 or 4 or 5? So there will be 5 values, and we want to take the last value. So, so this is one other good way that you can do this. I'll go with this. So it is -3, and here I got -4. So Anyways, if I comment this out, maybe the answer would have changed. So minus 3, minus 3, minus. So the minus 4 will be the answer because it it is how this works. So you want to fit it manually, train the perceptron classifier for 5 iteration. The first iteration it has been trained, and then the second iteration, second, third iteration. So similarly, once everything has been trained, the last iteration has been shown off. Is that okay? Any doubt on this? If we do not apply any relationship, we need to put the alpha is equal to 0. Yeah, the alpha's default 0. Only when you define the penalty, we will be defining what ratio the penalty should be applied. So only when that time you will be using that.
Sir, there was such a question where we were fitting the perceptron classifier, but with partial fit and predicting the probabilities of the
Mhm.
from the X test.
Yeah.
So the results would be same in both the cases, or
Uh,
what?
yeah, it might be same, but there will be different, like very small variations. Sometimes that depends on the question. There might be sometimes if you didn't follow the partial fit or fit it according to this, then there might be some ambiguity, or else that's fine. That gives the correct answer, only similar answers. So
Okay, sir.
I would recommend go with the question, whatever the question is. Here I want to train the perceptron for 5 iterations. I'll just put this as one, and yeah, so that is a good one. Like if I give five for every time I fit, it will be 5 times fitted, 5 iteration fitted. So it will be 5 cross 5. It will be 25 iterations that has been taken care of, and that is why I was getting the different answers for every time. Now I guess this should, yeah. So the minus 3 was right, and it was before time also it was the same. Yeah, so that is a good catch. Was it?
Okay, so first time if we train the perceptron classifier with 5 maximum iterations, the result is -4. Okay. The second time we train, the results change and we get -3, -4. It fluctuates, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So why
So
is it happening?
That is happening because of warm start, right? It is taking into consideration the previous iterations.
Okay,
hmm.
okay.
And I have the iteration towards everything. Yeah, so this is how it should be. So yeah, so this since this question is being asked this way, even if I give 5, that is giving me right answer, but sometimes that might be different, so it is better to go with this step. This is the manual way of fitting it for 5 iterations, so that so we have done this also manually. So it is just for our comfortable and not comfortable to comply to the question. Even if we get any kind of wrong answer, we could claim that I have done right. Yeah, and this question is a good question, and this is usually the kind of question that will be asked. So this has 5 marks, and it is a very simple question. So in continuation from the previous question, compute the precision of up to 2 decimal places on training data for positive class after 5 iteration. So we have already done 5 iterations. So we need not work anything on that. We just want to get the precision score of it. We want to predict it and then get the precision score. I'll just I'll just predict it. So I'll just predict it to what I'm doing. Ypred is equal to CLF dot predict what should I predict on the X underscore test. Am I right? TS. So now I want the precision score. So it is simply the precision score I need to give. And what are the two variables that it is inside? It is ypred and ytest. It is actually y underscore test upon ypred. So this is the correct way of giving it. Precision score is not defined, I guess. It must be on the metrics. So I have the accuracy score. I want the precision score. I have done it, and yeah, 0.5. Is this okay? Train it in that field of predict, and I'm predicting on next train. No, computer precision occur 2 dozen places on the training data. It is for training data, so it must be on the training data. Sorry for that. So it is on the train data. The question actually asks for the training data. So I'm just predicting the training data, and it's not white as it is white green. Yeah. So this is the correct answer. So read the question carefully. Don't go for the usual convention. So this asks for the training data predictions, not for the test. You want to predict it and get the. So similar way, if you want to get the accuracy score for it, just go with Control C, Control V. I'm just so this instead of this, go with accuracy score. Q. So this will be the accuracy. So you need sometimes for this you need to know what is the formula for accuracy precision. So for now, this is okay. And I'll go for the next question. So do anybody have any doubt till what we have done? Yeah, that is actually good. So it was max iter 1. So previously it was a mistake and I have changed it from 5 to 1. And I'm training it on a loop so that I'm getting this. So yeah, so this is the next question. Maybe do anybody want to try it? Logistic regression. So yeah, SGD classifier is actually a flexible one. If you change the loss parameter, you will be uh, changing the SGD classifier for whatever the regression you like, whatever the problem you want. So this is for logistic regression, and use the following parameter. So this is the parameter and SGD classifier. Train the classifier for 5 iteration and note the values for the loss in each iteration. What will be the loss after second iteration? Answer up to 3 decimals. Set up the remaining parameters if any. According to the loss value of tried second iteration. So the loss parameter has not been given here. So what is the loss parameter that we need to use? Can anybody tell me? Hello?
What, sir?
So what is the loss parameter that we need to use inside logistic regression?
Log loss.
Yes, so for perceptron? If you want to train this for a perceptron classifier, what is the...
Elastic net?
No. So there is percept itself. There is something called percept that you can check. Yes, GD classifier, right? So these are very important parameters that you need to know where it will not be given anywhere. So this documentation, learn all the parameters. Like you need to know not every parameter, at least what is what. So what is this L1 ratio? So what is L1 ratio? What is alpha? What is fit intercept? So this it will be given bias. So you need to know what is bias. Bias is the fit intercept, and you need to know this is the parameter that you need to fit. Like you need to configure. And for L1 ratio is for the penalty. I mean the L1 ratio, the penalty ratio that it is alpha of L1 minus 1 minus alpha L2, I guess. So that kind of ratio it will be given. So you need to know which is the parameter that you need to give on this. So and max iterations. So there is a learning rate. So it was given learning rate, and sometimes it is eta 0, that is the learning rate. And there will be validation fraction. So sometimes validate on this much data. So you need to know what parameter is being used for everything. Early stopping, and some kind of you need to know the meaning of all the parameters. So even if it is given blank, you need to know to interpret all of it. I'll just input it here. The CD parameter is being defined, and what is the next parameter? This penalty is L2. Penalty L should be on string values. Was it in strings? Yes. Anyways, you don't have any access to the documentation in your OPP, so let me try using this only. So this is allowed. Penalty and eta 0. Just copy all the parameters. 1 and then alpha equal to 0, and then the learning rate equal to constant. So if it is constant, it must be mentioned. No? What is the constant? Yeah, so the loss parameter is also given. So log loss is 4. So it is not log, it is log underscore loss. And for perceptron, it is perceptron. Squared error to be little lot of loss parameters that you need to use it accordingly. And it is not log, it is log underscore loss. Yes, constant, and then random state was 1729, and warm start. Start is equal to, yeah, I guess warm start, random state, running rate, choose the appropriate loss value. So that is everything is given. So I now have the proper object. So I'll be fitting it for 5 iteration for I in range of 5. So it is 0 to 5, 0 to 4. So it is okay. Train the classifier for 5 iterations. So 5 iterations. So it is SGD dot fit of. I want to fit it for how many iterations? It is x underscore. And I want to move to the loss. So how will I know the loss? It is SGD dot. No, I want to predict it before finding the loss. So should I do this inside the loop, or yeah, let me do that inside the loop. So I'm once I fit it, I will predict it. SGD dot predict. As soon as I fit on X train y underscore train, I will predict it. Is it predict or predict from? Train the classifier flows. And I want to do the loss. And y underscore notes first y train, and then y underscore train. So just to show. Okay, it outputs a probability score, right? So I want to predict it. It is. Uh, why am I doing this? I want the log underscore loss. I want the log underscore loss. I want to print the log underscore loss. So the log loss is also not different. Log loss. Done. Yeah. I have some. Let me try with underscore problem. So it underscore the probability for if there is 5 classes, it will for each class it gives the probability score that it is 90%. It is the first class and point 0.01% this class and very low probability for other classes. So you want the log loss. The log loss can be calculated. So it's minus n log n. So some kind of parameters. So this is this. Yes. Yes. I missed something. At the training point. Yeah. So this is all it is. What? So maybe I'll just return this maximum score item. So the score actually changes. So it was previously before something else, but this time this is so the second option. We want the second iteration alone. So this is the answer for this. Previously it was 1000, and every time it was doing it for 4000 iterations. So yes. Anybody have any doubt in this? So this is the answer. This is for the second iteration. This is the loss. Any questions or any doubts?
Like when you use 1 equals to 2, it uses previous model
Sorry,
integration.
sorry, I didn't get you. What is it?
When you use 1 equals to 2,
No, no, you're not audible.
am I audible?
Yes.
I'm telling like when you use 1 equals to 3,
Uh,
then it uses previous model value.
no, no. Like it is breaking. Is it only for me, or do anybody else also face this problem?
Like when you use 1 equals to 2, does it uses
Sir,
previous
it's
model?
breaking for everyone.
There is audio is breaking.
Yeah. Yeah. So your audio is actually breaking.
Like,
No, no. Maybe you can type in chat. I can help you with that. So this is the all about this question. Maybe you can type in chat. I'll just help you. Just yeah. So if you have asking this, if the log has been log loss, it is fitted on this log loss. It is based the if you have read about how the logistic regression works, it goes on to the for one iteration for one epoch it sees each row and accordingly fit into that particular data. So it was fitted in that sense and repeatedly it will be fitting on that. So it will be converging to the minimum loss that it could possibly get. So if you have seen the loss curve, it should actually go to the minimum of the loss curve. So which loss curve does we want to use? So it is a log loss curve. That's it. So that is the logic behind this log loss, uh, and we are fitting on this and everything. and we'll go to the next question. Yeah, so this is one important question.
Sir, like, am I audible now, sir?
Yes, you're audible now. You're clear, very clear.
Yeah, I was telling like, when we use warm state equals to true, then the previous fitted model value is used in this current one.
No, not the loss value, but the parameters will be used here. The last in the previous iteration, whatever the parameters that the model has learned, that will be given.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one important question. Maybe like everybody should try this on your own once. So this is the grid search CV question, where you need to uh, uh, pick the best parameters in the using grid search CV. Mostly grid search CV will only be asked, and no other random price search CV will not be mostly asked. Let's go with this part. So first, I want the parameter itself, the SGD itself, SGD. CV. So I want the same SGD classifier. SGD classifier. And same parameters: log loss, learning rate, random state. So only three parameters has been given for now. I'm just taking those. Just three parameters. I'm just using it. So this is, I want to define the object first, and then I want to create a dictionary where it comes all possible values that I need to give. The first one will be uh, it is a string, and it is alpha. So what is the possible value for alphas? So it is a list. So, it is 0.0001, and then 0.000 0.00005, 0.001, 0.005. Yeah, so this is all for first parameters, and then summation. Fine. Now eta 0. So more possible values that it could take. 0.01, 0.05, 0.1, 0.5. So these were the possible values. It could take. So any doubt till here? So this is the first step. If any question, any kind of research CV is being asked, so this is the first step that you need to do. Then we'll be defining the research CV. So is grid underscore SGD the variable. So it is grid search CV, and first I want to give what is the object that I need to use, SGD underscore CV. So this is the parameter. This is the object that I'll be using, and I want to define what are the possible parameters that I need to give. So that is parameter is equal to the same parameter, and any other parameter that we know. So I'll just define this. So there will be no errors or anything, because I'm not going to fit anything. So that cell is just to instantiate what it is. Now I'll be fitting it. So grid search, grid SGD, right? Yes. Grid SGD dot fit. From where should I fit it? Should I fit on train or test? Yeah, fit is always train, right? X underscore train. y underscore train. Right? If I fit this, it will take a little long time. That's great. Once I have fitted, I want to find the best parameters that has been out of these possible parameters. So what is the best parameter? So grid std dot best params. So these were the best parameters that is being used: 0001 and 01, 0001 and 01. So this is the right answer. So the A option will be correct. So any doubt in this till here? So this is all about grid search area, and you'll get 5 marks for this simple question. Any doubt, anybody?
Are we able to get the second best parameter, sir?
Yes. Second best. Yeah, maybe I'll just check to the documentation. I don't remember. That's actually a good catch, but you can try it on your own. I don't remember anything. So the best parameter, best estimators, the highest score. Yeah, we can get it. Just the CV result that gives the yeah, I guess. Let me try with it. Good. std dot CV. Yeah. So these are the possible parameters that it was fitting it up. So you can interpret how many parameters, the possible combination has been given. Uh, do you know how many parameters will it be fitted? So any idea on it? How many parameters will be fitted on this? Hello. So how many possible combination was there?
Sir, number of features.
No, no, no. How many fit? If I fit on
25.
how 25? So it's one.
16, sir.
Yeah. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I
6.
took 5.
Yeah, 4 cross 4. So it is. So it will be possibly 16 split. 16 possible fits that it could have taken, and whichever gives the best score that will be given. So this is the first 1, 2, 3. So if you take this, let me give an overview of this. So it fitted on 16 approaches. So that is the possible way. Second best parameters we can interpret from here. We can get all possible options over here. Yeah, so maybe there might be a question on that also. What is the second best parameters? Uh, so you need to print this, not mean fit time, mean score time. You need to do this and take the minimum value, and the second minimum, and then put it on it. So is it the mean score time or mean score here? So got it, or should I do that? Was the one asked? So it is a mean test score that it is being given. So where the validation fraction has been taken up, and this is a standard deviation, sort it and work upon this. So it will give the second best parameters also.
Sir, then we have to find the second largest value in mean test score.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We
Sir,
got
if we just do best params and it is like array only, na best params. So we can pass it like one or two in that only. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
see, there is
No?
nothing.
Okay,
It is it
okay,
will
okay.
give the only possible parameters. It is not a
Round bracket, sir.
sorry this one. So it's a dictionary. It's a normal dictionary that will be returning. So you can go to the standard score, take this mean standard score, and take the second best score. So that will be the second best parameters. So here we got 0 0.1, 0.0001 and 0.01. Okay, I don't want to waste time on this. So the question, yeah, you can try that. So that is a good question, and you can try that too. So it won't be that difficult. It is good to know, but it is not. So this is the next question. So try this. Yeah, how can we approach this? I will take the same. So as far as it is going, it will be little uh, complicated question. So create a new estimator using SCD classifier that uses this parameter obtained in the search earlier. Rate to be constant. Rate to be constant and state this fine using appropriate cost for this. Use the best parameters. Okay. Uh, yeah, new estimator using that uses best parameters. So yeah, I'll just estimate. I'll just name this as best est estate estate. So I don't have anything on this. Hmm, how can I take that?
Sir, sir, we have to take the best estimator from SGD classifier, right?
Yeah, not from the SGD classifier. It is a continuation of the previous question. So whatever we that used so is the best parameter obtained in grid search CV earlier. So it is the best parameters that got up here. So this one we need to use.
So we have to find class SGD classifier with the best parameters.
Yeah, so not we need not find the best classifier. We just want to take You see, we have fitted here, right? Let's count this out. Here we have fitted, and we got the best parameters also. Using this best parameters, so that is what this question states. Using this best parameters, fit the train again, and then give the weight of class 1 and 2, and set the weight of class 0 and class 0.1 to the. So class weight is, you know how what a class weight is being given. If there is an imbalanced class, imbalanced data set, if we give the class weight, then the probably the data set, while predicting, the weight is being given higher and lower for the appropriate class members, so that uh, it will be it will properly fit to the data, although the data set is being imbalanced. Once we do that, how many samples of class 1 from the test set are correctly predicted by the estimator? So got that point? So first of all, is the question clear, or do I need to again say that?
Understood, sir.
I'm just storing it as best parameter so that I can use here. Params, and I want to set the class weight also. So class weight is a dictionary. Class weight is a dictionary for where I need to specify what weight should I give for. So set the weight of class 0 to be 0.1 and class 1 to be, so class 0 to be 0.1, and the weight of class 1 to be 2. So 1 I should give how many classes? Yeah, everything good. So any doubt till here? Now I have to predict on the X test, and then predict on the estimate. Yes, this is available on video. Over this best std dot, I'll fit on the test, not test. I should fit. I cannot predict it, right? So I need to fit it first. X underscore train. So it is not explicitly mentioned, but anyways, I need to fit it to use it. My train. So I have fitted this. So I got the proper thing. And now I want how many samples of class 1 are predicted. Samples of class 1. So I'll just use a confusion matrix. So I guess everybody knows what a confusion matrix is. So did anybody want to summarize what a confusion matrix is? Predict X underscore train. No, I want to predict on the test. So I'm just using the test, and then so test. So it gives me a confusion matrix which shows the proper. Okay. So this is for 0 class. The first one row is for 0 class, and this is for the 1 class. So I want all that. How many samples of class 1 from the test set are correctly predicted? Class 1 is being correctly predicted. So this is true positive, and this is true negative. So although it is 1, maybe we can take this as these two as the accuracy score. To get the accuracy, we'll be taking this and this diagonal entries, and then sum these two and put it in the numerator, and everything will be on the denominator. So we can conclude somehow one of these two is the correct class. So either it should be 843 or 47. So it is 47. So if you want the labels also to be predicted, you just want to give the labels as the you need to plot a confusion matrix itself, or is there a parameter inside this? Do anybody want to confirm whether what is the parameter? Yeah, it's labels, I guess, and it will be best estimating. Best test dot labels. No, classes. Yes, done. Okay, let me plot a confusion matrix display itself. Confusion matrix display. What's the parameter? Confusion matrix is equal to complete one. CM is equal to this one. Display labels. CMD is equal to this. CMD to yeah. So you need not do all these things in your exams. So this is for just for illustration. So you get a confusion matrix such a way that it shows 0 0. So this is predicted correctly. So this is true, and true positive, and this is true negative. So anything can be positive, anything can be negative. Uh, yeah. So the 47 is the answer for this, I could say. And you can just interpret with the confusion matrix itself. This is an extra topic. Any doubt on anything else? Any questions? Kindly please ask and stop me anywhere. Oh, you want an SVM expression? I'll just take it.
Sir, can you show the confusion matrix code again?
So confusion matrix is this. You just need to give the predicted value and the test value. That's it. This is and all. This everything is extra only. If you are very confused, you just give the confusion matrix, predicted value, and test value, similar to accuracy score.
So level
Sir,
and
sir, the question is
test
asked to train on no, to predict on X train, right?
From X test are correctly predicted. So it's X test only. You want to predict it from the test set only. I'm anyway fitting on training and predicting on test, and then I'm correctly whatever the correctly predicted. I'm just okay. Any other questions?
so we can ignore the level equals to test SGB dot class.
This one.
Yes.
Even then, it will give a right answer, but it will randomly assign. It will randomly assign as 0 and 1. If it is other than anything else, if it is a named entity, then you can go with that. That will also give a proper result. That is not needed. Fit an SVM. Yeah. So, any other questions, or should I go to the next question? So this is also same. Print the confusion matrix on the test data. I just want the confusion matrix, SVM, same everything. Do you anybody want this particular one, or should I skip this question? Same as SVC. Or do anybody want to paste the code here in the collab, or should I go with this? The same question only. Sorry.
I guess we can go.
Should I do this or skip this?
Yeah, you can do it quick, please.
Okay, I'll just do this. SVC is equal to SVC. So these are very simple questions that you can take. So the kernel is SVC. So can you name any other two kernels? Any other two kernel parameters? Anybody?
Linear in RBF.
Yeah. Okay. And there's something called poly also.
Poly and linear.
Yeah. So you need to know what a kernel is. Kernel is the line that is splitting the positive class and negative class. So sometimes these exact parameter name will not be given. Kindly get to know whatever the parameter name is. I'm just doing this just for this. So C, what is C? Anybody? What is C? Last class we have discussed. So just copy everything from the question itself. C is the dash. Anybody? Hello. Okay, I'm not going to say it. SVC dot fit, and I'm going to fit it on X train X. Let me see the question. Train the model on train data and run the confusion matrix on the test data. Simple. So I'm just X train X, it's Y and score train. I'm just fitting it. Sometimes it will take a little long time if the data set is huge. Even this time project, if you have done SVC, you would have got the highest score in that. And use RBF and don't have the C as this much high. Have some kind of 0.5, 0.4. So that even any of the project MLP project, try using SVC first. If that didn't give good score, go with other parameters.
So what was the C first one?
Yeah. Can you guess it? It was discussed in the previous session. What is C and what is alpha? Check the documentation once and let me know. What is it? Anybody else? It is important, even in your quizzes, it will be definitely there will be a question on C and alpha. So it is the inverse of regularization. Is it regularization or inverse of regularization? What is C? So it is a regularization parameter. And learn about alphas and let me go with the confusion matrix display. I'm just copying this complete code. Confusion matrix X test. Instead of S test, I'm just using SPC. Here also S. I don't want these labels. What is here? So 1142 5800. 11420 58. 11420 580. All right. Any other doubts?
So the decisions function set equals to 2 here. What does that mean?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Decision underscore function underscore shape equals to 2 here. What does that mean?
Yeah, this is obvious. So that is given on the question. So, see, it was this one you can read on this. So it is uh, kind of you take one. So so it'll one versus rest and one versus one is actually. Do anybody know, or should I explain that? So I'll just explain it. If there is 0, 1, 2, if there is three classes, how this SVC works is it will take 0 as one class, 0 as one class, and then uh, 1 and 2 as next class, 1 and 2 as the second class. So did you get the difference? So 1 versus rest is 1 is it takes one class and treats everything as next one. I don't mind whether it is uh, anything, whether it be 0, 1 or anything. It will convert the multi-class into a binary class. So that is how it works first way. It actually splits the boundaries, uh, thinking that it is an binary class. So that is the 1 versus rest. And 1 versus 1 is it takes uh, 1 and 0 as 1 and 1 as 2 and treat everything as other. And some kind of internal strategy. I don't remember the exact principles of it. Maybe you could try reading upon that. So was that clear, or should I brief it once again? So you can read this and you can revise MLT stuffs. I confused of it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. It's
Sir, the confusion matrix, it is 1142, 0. So can you tell what are the false positives and false negatives, that part?
okay. If I want, then I have to do the confusion matrix only. Then it will be evident. Sometimes I'll just take this as a confusion matrix. I'll just CM is equal to CM, and then I want the labels to be. Have that CMD dot. So the true is this one. So this is true positive, true negative. So it's 142. What's the answer, right? 1400 580. So yeah, 1440 580. Yeah, so this is the true positive and this is true negative. So true is also this one and predicted is also this one. And
Okay, sir.
yeah, so this is this. What is this? True positive, true negative, false positive, false
False
negative.
positive, false negative.
So what is this?
False positive.
Are you sure? So this is true positive, this is true negative. So then this is false negative. And if this is true positive, then this is true negative. All right.
So 58 is false positive, right? No,
Uh,
false negative, false negative.
yeah, false negative.
Okay.
So you can remember this, and you should after seeing this confusion matrix, you should be able to uh, predict what is the accuracy, what is the precision, what is the recall. So recall is the row sum, 1142 divided by 1142 plus 0. So that will be the row sum. This row sum is what precision is. I mean recall is, and precision is the column sum, I guess. So you need to revise on that formula. And F1 score is equal to 2 into R1 by some formula. I don't remember the exact formula. So you need to know how these are calculated. So that those are very important for your quizzes actually. So as quizzes is over, anyways, it would be great if you guys remember it. That is all it is about. And
Are we done?
no, I have one other question. So which is on week 9. That's the decision tree. This will be the last question, I guess. No, this is this complete. This question itself is for long. There are few sub questions on this. but this is a very important question that I need to discuss. So this is train a decision tree with these parameters, and I'll come to the questions one that is train. So decision tree, right? So I'll just give it as dt. C is a regularization parameter. Yes, C is a regularization parameter. dt is equal to decision tree classifier. So, and there is decision tree regressor also, and I'm just copying all these parameters. What you need to perfect fit. All right, so, done. So the dt is instantiated with all the required parameters. Train the decision tree with the following parameters, and I want to fit it. Do I need to fit it? Is there anywhere? Yeah, train a decision tree. Right? So just train. So just train on dt dot fit of x train x underscore train comma y underscore train. So perfect. Now I have the proper decision tree. Now I'll come to the question. What is the depth of this? So that will be very like the weightage of last 2 weeks, meaning the last 2 weeks, the week 9 and week 10 has very high weightage. So you need to know all the parameters on of these where this ensemble techniques were being used, where this boosting techniques, bagging techniques, tree based models, all these things will be asked. You need to know a complete set of things of these things. Maybe if for now I can defer to the documentation, but you need to revise everything. So I want to get the resultant of the depth tree. So I'll just go with this. So I'll just search here. What is the leaf nodes and samples? Tree, not tree. I want to find the depth. So max depth.
Sir, get depth.
Sorry.
We can use get depth.
Okay. Get depth. Right. 20. So it's B option. So this is one question. So anybody, any doubt? This is a simple one. But anyways, this has very high weightage. You can see that there are 5 marks associated with every answers. How many nodes are there in the tree? How many nodes? So nodes, what is the parameter? Anybody? Right? I'm not very sure. dt dot. Let me plot the tree. Anyways, I don't want the tree because I want all the leaves. I can't count all the leaves. I can't count 495 trees. For now, I'm just using this. Uh, underlying tree object is. So I'll just use the tree. So tree gives everything, and I could manually count every tree node count. Yeah, node count. So I'll just go with the tree. So this tree actually gives some kind of an object. It creates an object where I could get anything of my dot node count 550. Yeah. So this is an important parameter. You need to You need to go to this tree object. You need to create from dt. This can be plotted also. I'll just show how that can be plotted. Yeah, tree dot plot. So you can even plot the tree. Tree dot plot and tree, and inside that I want to give this DT, I guess. Yeah, DT tree itself. Why is it not plotted? Okay, I need to delete it option, I guess. Tree dot show. So it will take a little longer time, but this gives a tree itself. So this is the tree that is being generated. So you can zoom into that by, like, there are many parameters associated with this. Maybe you can give many different parameters and you can see individual values itself. So this was the question, and I just want to show that this can be plotted also. That's it. Maybe we'll go to the next question. If that is needed to show the thing, we may go with that. Otherwise, we'll just. It's font underscore size. See, some kind of overlap. So you can play with that parameter to have a proper diff tree. Let me go to the next question. So what is max depth? Why have you given it? I forgot the exact parameter that we need to use inside this. Maybe you can play around with that. And now we'll go to the next question. Yeah, so uh, I'll just it's still the problem. Now we'll go for the week 10. So this will be the last two questions. So I want to train a decision tree, KNN, logistic regression. Which one performs best when used as a base estimator for bagging classifier on the test data in terms of accuracy? Score when 20 base estimators are used. Okay. So what is a bagging estimator? So bagging estimator takes uh, multiple estimators, and then uh, it takes a kind of a vote. Uh, I mean, if I give 20, so in this case, the 20 base estimators, which means there will be 20 such decision trees that will be generated, and out of the all the 20 KNN neighbors or decision tree that will be trained on, and then the output will be given based on that. Uh, instead of using a single decision tree, I'm just using 20 decision trees output to predict a single output. So that is what an ensemble technique is, and bagging classifier is one of that such ensemble technique. So I guess that is clear, and I'll just go to the problem itself directly. So just E1 is equal to estimator 1 is equal to bagging classifier, and I want the base estimator to be base. So do anybody have any doubt on how these things work? Ensemble technique work? Hello? Anybody any doubt?
No, sir.
Great. So it's base estimator. So first it was the base estimator was decision tree. I'm just using the decision tree itself. Classifier and it's an object. And I want the random state inside the decision tree. Let me give the random state here also. 1729, and then random state 1729, and then what is the next parameter? And n underscore estimators is equal to, so that is 20. Is 20. So I guess we want similarly three such things. One, two, three. E1, E2, E3. So and the base estimator actually changes. This is giving an error. It's a base estimator, right? Okay, the decision tree. Instead of decision tree, I want the KNN neighbor classifiers, and then the logistic regression. Logistic regression. Yes. I'll run this. Base estimator.
Here it is estimator, not base estimator.
So, is that spelling?
Just estimator.
Oh, okay. Expected parameter. No, random state is okay, right? Maybe should I put this before? Yeah, that is okay. So,
Sir, K neighbors does not have random state.
oh, yeah. Oh, fine. So now I want to train it. Which one performs best accuracy? So I want to train all these E1, E2, E3, and then predict E1 dot fit x underscore tray, comma y underscore tray. E2 and E3. Yeah, so all three has been done. And now I want to predict it. So and it was asking for the accuracy score. I'll just directly predict it and accuracy score, and then I'll just directly predict on this. So it's E1 dot predict x underscore test and E1 dot predict x test, and then I want the y underscore test. So this was 1994. I want a scoring matrix. Which one performs the best when based? Accuracy score when 20 is 16.
Then directly using dot score will
Sorry?
we can directly use dot score.
Yeah, that is also correct. It will give a correct one. But anyways, I'm just doing this. So E1 dot score, right? E1 dot score will also give. Yeah. So uh, E1 dot score of x underscore test comma y underscore test. Yeah, so this also gives the same result. So I'm just using this one for everything. Um, I'll just print it on here. So 951. So E3 gives me the very best accuracy score. So what is E3? E3 is logistic regression. So logistic regression gives me the best accuracy score in terms of test data. Alright. Any other questions? So yeah, so there is one question on voting classifier also. Maybe I'll just this is the last question. Sorry for your time. So when the above three individual are being used what are used in voting classifier, how much absolute difference do we get in train and test score? So what is the absolute score? So what is the difference between train and test actually? So what is the uh, curve or difference? Let us do that. Okay, I forgot the syntax. This is equal to voting classifier. What is the parameter that I need to give? It is estimators. Estimators equal should that be a dictionary? So whenever I get doubt, I just give Control Shift Spacebar. Since this voting classifier is not being done, I just
I think
one minute. I'll just. What is it about?
list of estimators.
Sorry, you're not audible.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yes, you're audible.
List of estimators.
Oh, is it a list? Okay.
Yes.
So should I directly give it?
We have to create an public pages. We have to create an instance for the estimator.
So it is estimators. Oh, okay.
List of instance of estimators.
Okay. Should I directly give it? So once I give this, what should I do next? I'll just. I have this estimator, right? I have all the estimator defined. I want to put all these two into this voting classifier. So there is two types of voting: soft voting, hard voting. So you can learn about it. But we want multiple estimators to do this.
It's
So should I
based
directly give that?
on tuples.
It should be in tuples.
Okay, okay. So list of tuples. Should I give the name then?
Yes, sir. Name and estimate.
Yeah, thank you. So it is E1. I'm just giving E1. And then, so since it is a list of tuples, I'm just giving us E2, and then E2. Then E3, E3. So now I have the voting classifier ready. I want to how much absolute difference do we obtain in train and this. Okay, so I'll predict it on train as well as on test. So uh, train uh, train underscore score maybe equal to PC dot score of x underscore train y underscore train, and test underscore score is equal to VC dot score of x underscore test comma y underscore test. So I have, oh, okay, I haven't fit it on the data itself. VC dot fit of x underscore train comma x train and y underscore train. I have everything ready. So this is the estimator completely, and I have the scores. I want to how much absolute difference. So np dot apps it's train underscore score minus train underscore no, test and so it's 0.0008. All right. So what was the answer? So yeah. So this is if I want to concatenate for two decimals, it's 0.00821. And there is two types of voting structure, and there is hard voting and soft voting. Hard voting takes the majority, and soft voting takes the probability, highest probability, and takes so I'm just so there is no voting thing is being described, I guess, in the question. Let me check. So there is
By default, it is hard voting.
then it is hard voting. So I just fit it again. So same score. So that is the answer for this 0.008. All right. Any other questions? Do anybody have?
Sir, if we set for the soft voting, we need to give this weight, sir.
Yes. No, actually, even then it will work.
Okay, it will consider as one, each one. As
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
as one vote.
So that's
Sir,
it for.
I have a doubt in the last collab file that you shared with us. Before that, sir, can you please share this also? This collab file also.
This is the same collab file that is being shared. It
Okay,
has
okay,
the
okay,
pre-processing in
okay,
the beginning and all everything on the thing.
okay,
It's
okay.
contains everything.
So if you just save this, then it will be automatically refreshed, right?
Yeah, even
Okay.
now if you access the collab, it will be there.
Okay, okay. So in this only, sir, if you just see that question where you typed that query, there were three criteria to filter out the data, like smoking, heart attack, and in the earlier one.
Yes, yes.
Uh, so so in that there was the last sentence was added to that. Ignore the
Missing values.
missing values. So in
Yeah.
that case, we have to 1 minute. Let's just go there once.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. This in this, if you just before this shape dot shape, if you just type drop na and then you do dot shape, so it is showing it is showing 43. Drop na is the method, so I think.
No, no, no. Drop NA is a
Okay.
method that will
Uh-huh.
be dropped only when it is np.nan. Other kind
Uh-huh.
of unknown values and other kind of things
Yeah,
will not be
yeah. So
dropped.
now, so in that case, some rows are there in BMI column, which are with the NaN values. So they get so the answer comes down to 43 actually. So rows are removed. So my doubt is, out of these three criteria, there's nothing like NaN value, but in that one BMI there is this NaN value present. So even that would be dropped, and so our answer will change according to that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So we have to consider that in our mind, right?
Yes, yes, of course. Like it is, if
Okay.
it is given and ignore missing values, whether it is
Uh-huh.
missing value or not, we are not concerned about it. Just
Even
type
if
the
it is
query.
from other column also,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay.
Sir,
Yes,
could
yes.
you please share the link for this notebook? I
Yeah, yeah,
joined
it
late,
is. It is pinned. It is pinned on the top.
because I joined late, sir. I did not
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that.
Even then, it will be pinned, right?
Okay,
Was
thank
it
you.
not there?
Okay, sir. Thank you. I'll check.
Yeah, yeah. Or else just pin me in the tab. I mean, in the
Yes, sir.
Discord.
It
I'll
is
just.
there. It's there, sir. I can
Yeah,
check.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Thank you.
So this is all about OPP2 revision, and this will be the last day for revision. If possible, we can do it once again for OPP2 end term also. So what? Yeah, I'll just stop the recording. Let's go with that questions. Yeah, thank you. If anybody want to leave, they can go. Thank you so much.